But you got any tasty Starbits? If you feed me a bunch of Starbits, I'll burst up with wacky, snacky happiness and then transform! I'm famished. I need 40 Starbits to curb the hunger pains. So, more!
More! More! More!
Explode.
Oh goodness, what's he turning into?
A new planet was born around a black hole.
It's beautiful.
And
does it sustain life?
Not for long.
This is why it won't sustain life for long. Because you're gonna launch a Mario right at it. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna hurt itself. Holy crap.
Okay.
You have to find the right way to go.
No, I just gotta collect all these musical notes.
See, this is why, okay? Because like you're going around the whole freaking map like this, and it's like, okay, which way's up, which way's down, and where am I facing? Like,
yes. I didn't even realize those were falling away after you run up.
Yeah, and you just do the whole thing. It's like, okay, where am I? Like, I don't even know. Like, what the heck?
Missed one.
Yeah, because I just want to cover my tracks. Okay. Oh! Crap. Okay, I see what you meant when I missed one.
Yeah.
I didn't think that I had already landed on the tile for that.
But you get another chance at it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say that.
Yeah, don't have to feed that dude again.
Or feed that dude again.
Yeah. Alright, now launch.
You've heard of Armageddon. Get ready for dude again.
You're launching launching a Mario at a newly
okay, here.
formed
I'm just gonna do this. I'm just gonna go
one row at a time.
Makes sense.
Whoop.
Just run through them.
That's gonna be a pain in the butt though when you get to the tops of things.
But going in a straight line makes more sense.
Let's do this.
There we go.
Excuse me.
I said, like, I don't know how you're doing this. It, like, hurts my eyes just looking at this.
Like, I just can't tell how close you are to the ground.
Okay, this was poorly.
No, you were smart.
Okay.
Speaking of Golden, I heard that GoldenEye 007 is getting remastered for the Xbox.
I heard that too. I saw
GoldenEye 007? I don't think I've ever owned a copy of that. I think back in my grandparents' house, my dad's side, I think they had a copy.
I played it at my cousin's house, like when I was little. That was an awesome game.
It was basically a James Bond multiplayer video game, right?
Yeah, everyone played multiplayer. Like, I don't think anyone ever really played the story mode on that. But like most people played the multiplayer. It's kind of like a first-person shooter. Just like you play as James Bond, you get different weapons. It was really fun. Like, but then again, I mean, it was fun for 96, 97.
I think it was, yeah, about that time.
Like that was the last time I played it. I think. Maybe. No, it was a little bit older than that. I think it was like 99, maybe. Let's see when it came out. I'll be able to tell. And GoldenEye was kind of a like James Bond movie.
Oh wait, no, that was where was it? No, it was in the bedroom dome.
So I guess they remade it for the Wii. GoldenEye 007. That one came up for the Wii. When did it come out? Yeah, 97. So yeah, I remember playing it around then. But I liked it. I thought it was a fun one. I just played mostly the multiplayers.
I played it once on the Wii at somebody's house. I can't remember who. I think it was one of my mom's work friends.
Yeah, I never played the Wii version. I just played the Nintendo 64. Excuse me.
Oh, there's going to be a timer on this, isn't there?
Gross.
Probably.
Just the fact it's all condensed in one area.
Yeah.
On one planet. And you got this long until you die!
230, that's not bad, though.
Just don't miss one.
Yeah, just don't miss one. It's always the worst when you do super good and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I have one more. It's like, oh, I didn't even realize you have to have 100.
Speaking of timing stuff, so I was playing Red Dead Redemption 2 yesterday. I think I mentioned I've been playing that again.
Mm-hmm. Did you get the stuff in the corners, or are you going to save that for last?
Stuff up top?
Yeah.
Oh, camera rotates. Okay.
Oh, that's what he's doing. See when it turns like that? No. See, that's the one where it's like, okay, which way's up, which way's down, where am I going?
Oh, I can never, like, collect the coins, like, it's just so thin. It's like that one part in, when you're sneaking across, Zelda's castle courtyard.
Right.
Oops.
Yeah, I never went across that top thing.
No, I never even bothered with that.
Nah. I always get, what's it called? I mean, you always get plenty of rupees anyway. I mean, you don't really need that many. I'm almost always, like, every time I play through that, I'm almost always at 99, or I've already filled up the wallet by the time I get there. So I go after gold skulltulas and stuff, like, as soon as possible. To get, like, the upgraded one. So, speaking of freaking Zelda, so I was looking the other day, I was looking at like images and like the trailer for Breath of the Wild 2. Looks pretty freaking awesome, but I'm willing to bet. Here's a little bit of a Betty bet for you. So I think it's gonna go. Like obviously it's shown that like you go in the sky above Hyrule. Like that's there. I think.
Watch, the timer's still gonna keep going even though I've collected 100. I gotta find.
I thought you had to catch, or not catch all of them. I thought you had to freaking collect all the things.
Nope, I gotta pick up the star too. So I got 30 seconds to find. Oh no, not there. There it is. There we go.
I have a terrible suspicion about the new one though.
Why? Or what?
Okay, so Nintendo wants to do motion controls more than any other company, including VR companies. I'd be willing to bet that the new one is going to have motion controls built in for sword fighting. They released Skyward Sword because they were testing it out to see how the Switch would work with it.
Well, in Skyward Sword HD, they added in the option if you wanted to play the games with just buttons.
Yeah, and that sucked. I tried it because I hate motion controls. So I tried doing
No, I mean, like, you could play the game without motion controls.
Right. So I played it with the button configuration that they had, and it was awful. Because, like, you're sitting there.
Yeah, because if you want to attack, you actually have to input
you have
the
to,
direction of your right stick.
Yeah, exactly. So they're making me do motion controls just smaller. And that bothers me so much. It's like, I don't want to move.
I don't want to move.
When I'm playing a game, it's because I'm being lazy and I've done enough moving for the day and I'm tired of it. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
Is that too much to ask?
No.
Nintendo? Right, but no. That's why I said I was watching the trailer and I'm like, okay. So, in part of the trailer, you've got a messed up Master Sword. You're like looking at it, you're like, okay. They're going to have it integrated with that kind of movement and whatnot, whatever the crap that is. And that really bothers me. Like, I was looking at that, and I was like, no, Nintendo, don't do this to me. Don't do that. Like don't go motion controls anymore. Because like I said, even the button, even the handheld input for it wasn't great. Like I said, I mean, I was excited. I was like, oh, cool, they're going to have, like, a button input for Skyward Sword. I've never played Skyward Sword. So, yeah, that'll be good. It'll be a good one to play. But I'm sitting there, and I'm trying to... Again, end of the day, I am laying down in my bed, getting ready to go to sleep. I'm like, I'm going to play some Skyward Sword. I get a freaking blister on my thumb because I got to move the freaking joystick every time I swing a sword.
Wait, how did you get a blister?
It's an exaggeration, but my thumb got tired.
But what's not an exaggeration is playing Super Mario 64 on the DS. That would give you a blister. Trying to fight Bowser, trying to spin it around.
Do the thing.
Oh, yeah. I could get Super Mario 64 DS on the Wii U.
Wait, it's a blister too? Just kidding.
Well, at least as the screens. Actually, no, the screen would be just as small because it's emulating the size of a Nintendo DS.
Oh, gosh.
You remember when we did Pokemon Ranger?
Yeah.
How small that bottom screen was?
Yeah. Oh, that wasn't great. No, I think I don't know. Like I said, it was an exaggeration to say that I got a blister from playing Skyward Sword, but last time I did think I was gonna get a blister, it was from playing Mario Party 1.
Oh my god!
like with the Bowser Tug of War.
Yeah, that one where you rub it out, it freaking like gives you a blister in the middle of your hand because you try to go faster.
How did that go, by the way? I'm sorry I couldn't make it for that. The annual, or not the annual.
The
monthly.
season
He
4.
proposed a gentleman's agreement.
He proposed a gentleman's agreement, but I feel like, yeah, we were playing against the CPU, really, but I feel like Tanner was the one to beat in that game, and I was very tempted.
How high was the CPU ranked?
Master.
Oh.
We won, and Birdo, but it took 3 of us to put Birdo down.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't the last time you had a CPU play, wasn't it, Birdo?
Actually, no. So seasons 1 and 2 of our
Donkey Kong.
Mario Party Superstars.
Oh, Superstars.
It was just, it was like the 4 of us.
Mm-hmm.
As a Mario, Luigi, Wario, Waluigi.
Right.
And then season 3, it was Peach, Daisy, Rosalina, Donkey Kong. And then since you weren't here, Peyton, Zeke and Ezra went with Wario and Luigi, but I went with Yoshi for a reason which I will not describe on this channel.
Yep.
And then
if you're over 17
picked
or if
Birdo
your parents are cool, go watch that.
Then we picked Birdo as the CPU.
It was a good game, I'd say. I'd say it was pretty good. But yeah, I feel like Birdo made a couple decisions that were
very questionable, like using a custom dice block and roll a 1 just to land on the blue space, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
Yeah,
as a master.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And I assumed that maybe Birdo would have used it to find a hidden block.
Yeah, or go to the bank because the bank was right there.
Yeah,
could have got 20 coins. Whatever.
No, none of that.
Freaking Birdo, making dumb decisions. No, okay, so I think I have something against Birdo too. Here, get ready for another rant. So Super Mario Advanced.
Or Super Mario Bros. 2.
Right. Freaking BS of a Mario game, by the way.
Really?
I hated that. Okay. Here's the deal right here. Okay. So
let me guess. You can't typically defeat enemies by jumping on them.
So
right? Okay. Because you have to stand on top of them, and then you have to pick them up from below.
So thing is, when I bought the game, okay, it was 99, 2000, something like that. So I had just gotten a Game Boy Advance, which it was the original Game Boy Advance, not Game Boy Advance SP with the built-in light behind the screen. So you had to have impeccable lighting everywhere on that freaking console.
Kids nowadays will never get to experience playing electronic devices in between street lights in the dark.
Yeah,
with none of that.
Yeah, yeah. And so the Game Boy Advance was awesome. So I was crazy hyped for it, and we got it from Electronics Boutique there in the mall, and it was Super Mario. Was it Super Mario Advance? I think it was Super Mario Advance. Super Mario Brothers Advance.
On Game Boy Advance, it's titled Super Mario Advance,
right? So Super Mario
came with Super Mario Bros. 2, Super Mario Bros. 2, and the classic Mario Brothers, where you're in the sewers.
Right. So I'm playing this game, and I'm expecting the kind of game just Super Mario, where you play, you jump on their heads, side scroller type thing, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so cool, and all the colors were great on the cover, dude. I was sold to on that day, right? I was yo,
this is cool.
This is gonna be so awesome. And I get in there and I jump on my first enemy and it doesn't die, and I'm okay, that's weird. Maybe you just can't jump on that one. But then it turns out you can't jump on any of them. And then there's this stupid freaking pink lizard at the very end of it spitting eggs out of its mouth. at me. Eggs don't come from lizards' mouths, people. Okay?
Unless if they have the big gaping.
I may have I may have been like fairly young, but I knew that that's not how lizard babies are made. But like, so, and then it's like, wait a minute, I have to pick up these eggs and throw them back at the lizard that just spat them at me. So the disappointment was there. I was very upset. You know what I ended up playing mostly like after I got that game? An old an old Game Boy game called Paperboy.
Paperboy?
You guys ever play Paperboy?
I don't know.
So, in hindsight, whoever developed this game was a sadist, first of all. Second of all, this freaking game. Okay, so it's a
What was this on the Nintendo?
Game Boy. Just Game Boy. The original Game Boy. No colors to this.
This?
That's the one. So, play Paperboy. It's an up and diagonal side scroller. Okay, so you're on a 45-degree angle, riding a bike down this road. I didn't know it had its own console. That's news to me.
That's sick. But I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, so it's an up diagonal, and in this game, you are delivering newspapers to this neighborhood. Yes, just like that.
But no
So
color.
that's the colorized one. Yep, that's it. So if you made it in the mailbox, you get extra points. So like you're going down and you throw it, and then you have to swerve to avoid like puddles and dogs and other stuff. I guess I don't know. I never got very far in it, but like when I first got my my Game Boy, they had like a used games section there, and I bought that one. So I thought, oh, that'd be cool. You know, like maybe just play a game. It was cool, and it was like stupid cheap. It was like, no joke, like $4. So I mean, 10-year-old me was like, oh, that's not bad at all.
How much they're going for right now? Advanced SPs?
Well, yo, SPs were fire though, dude. They were like I remember when the Game Boy Advance SP came out. That was okay. So first of all, rechargeable battery. Do you know how much I had to fight with my parents just to get AA's?
Oh, I bet.
Like all the time. Like every remote in this house was pilfered for AA batteries. I think my dad probably would have murdered me at some point if he found out that I was the one that was taking all of the AA's.
Who's
Right?
taking all the AA's? Yeah, I don't know.
No, they must be just going dead. You know, like I don't know, because I would replace them with the dead ones. So in an effort to not get caught, that was my strategy.
That's awesome. Your dad's like,
what? Did you going? Like I honestly at that time, so like he used to get Energizer ones, or I think like you get Energizer, but then at that time he switched to Duracell. And I honestly think it's a direct relation to me stealing the batteries. But like when the SP came out, like you could recharge it and everything, plug it into a wall. You could play Nintendo's. You could play Game Boy games.
What about the original?
Games.
What about the original Game Boy Advance? Couldn't you recharge that in the wall too?
Nope.
I don't remember needing to switch it with AA's.
You could buy a rechargeable battery pack for it, but the rechargeable batteries in the original game, like, because for my Game Boy, I had a rechargeable battery pack, but it was like this whole thing, like it was this block where you had to take the battery pack out of the back of your Game Boy and clip it into this thing, and it would like whir and make noises. It was like,
yeah,
like a freaking hard drive, like just trying to, just to charge up little like two AA
Wait,
batteries.
and this was the Game Boy Advance SP.
No, this was a Game Boy Color.
Really?
Because there were these accessory packs that you could buy. Like they had a light for the screen. They had like a rumble pack that was freaking awesome. And I think I've still got it. Like I've got all of my old Game Boy Color stuff still, because I'm kind of a hoarder when it comes to video game crap. Okay. But like, I'll pull it up and show you the rumble pack for the Game Boy Color. It also had two front speakers on it that would like make it super loud. Then my dad wouldn't let me use that one because he didn't like hearing my game. Let's see.
That's the Advance. That's the original.
Yeah, that's the one I had.
That's the one you had?
Yep. Yeah, the white one.
I think like as a kid, like I would always borrow yours and Zeke's Game Boy Color. And then at one point I had my own Game Boy Advance. It was purple. Then I think in a magazine of some kind, like I saw the Game Boy Advance SP, and it was a red one, and I was like,
yeah,
it wasn't just a red one. I think it also had the Pokemon Emerald. Yeah, that one.
It's going for $230 right now.
Yeah.
$230 refurbished.
That's not bad.
Awesome.
Mine doesn't even need to be refurbished.
It also had the. I also got mine with this little pocket holder thing for the SP for Pokemon Emerald.
Those are so
had
sick.
Rayquaza on it.
So look, that's my that's the Rumble pack for the Game Boy Color.
Huh.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. I think maybe I can find one out of a box, but that one, like, I thought it was awesome, but like I would never charge it right, and if you didn't charge it, it would require and suck the batteries out of that Game Boy Color. So then your AA's would actually go dead much, much faster.
Right, really quick, I follow this guy on TikTok. His name is DK Oldies. He has Nintendo things like 64, GameCube, NES, Super Nintendo, Wii U, Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS, Switch, and then Sega, the Genesis, Dreamcast, and Saturn, Game Gear, and Master System.
Dang.
He has everything. And then he has PlayStations 1 through 4, PSPs, PS Vita, Xbox original.
But he doesn't have the PlayStation 5.
No, and he doesn't have the Series X either. He has Atari 2600 games.
Dang.
And then he has a whole bunch of other stuff. And I think it'd be cool if we all like pitched in and helped out and get some games that would be fun to play, like unique stuff to play on the channel.
Ooh,
oh,
I
yeah.
think that'd be fun.
I'd be down.
So, I want to show you guys. This is okay.
Oh yeah.
So
Payne,
this is. Oh, go for it.
Yeah, I don't think I've told Payne this because he wasn't around. I missed that shroom.
Done messed up.
I know, I'm done messed up. Okay. Short version. Remember my story of PS5 guy and I got scammed?
Yeah.
He came through.
No, he did not.
Yeah, he gave me back my $100.
That's good. At least you got your $100 back. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I had some worse.
And then I immediately
said
spent that $100 on games on the Wii U.
Oh, okay. But I'm really glad you got that back. That probably was such a burden to think about. You're probably like, oh my god.
No, like at that point I was like, okay,
I don't really
whatever.
care.
It's like now I've learned my lesson. Now I just gotta be more mindful of where I shop, and then.
But that was on Facebook Marketplace, right?
Yes.
But I don't want to say that tends to happen a lot because that isn't really common because my friend shops there all the time, and it really never happens there. So, but I think you're right. Just be mindful of that anywhere you shop.
I got our Elgato on the Facebook Marketplace.
You did?
Yeah.
That's actually really cool.
Yeah. Well, like, because like at the time, like when we were starting out, Tanner and I were both like broke as jokes. So like,
yeah,
like we had like Jack and Diddley.
Jack. Tanner had half of Jack. You had the other half.
Yeah, exactly.
We started splitting.
So we got it, and then even when we started trying to like record on the laptop, we used my old one for college.
Old crate laptop.
And like you know when it sounds like I said that
it's
sound,
like an airplane starting to fly.
Right. That's what my laptop was doing at the time.
That's always it's always so sad to hear your consoles and systems do that. You're like, you're getting old, bud.
Getting old, bud.
To put you away.
You know what sold? My old Sega Dreamcast.
You sold it?
No, I said you know what's getting
old. I thought you said I sold it.
Calm down. I'm not selling that anytime soon.
I know you.
Despite me not having a lot of Sega Dreamcast games that I used to.
Yeah, you should probably I'll send you the link. Take a look at this guy and see if there's any games you could find.
Okay, so the Dreamcast games that I still have today, Sonic Adventures 1 and 2, and Sarge's Army. I don't remember the title, but I think it was the game my dad used to work on.
Yeah, I remember that one.
It's the Dreamcast, correct?
Yeah, it was a Sega Dreamcast.
Let's take a look at what he's got.
Okay, and then I actually remembered some titles that I don't have anymore, but there was one called Fur Fighters.
That sounds crazy familiar.
Yeah, you just play as animals, and you shoot each other with guns.
I think maybe I'm confusing that with like multiplayer on Conquer's Bad Fur Day.
Another one was Stupid Invaders.
Stupid Invaders?
Yeah. I think that one was more of a point-and-click adventure type of deal.
Gotcha.
But I don't think I ever understood like how it worked or the concept of like, like mystery or trying to solve puzzles at that point. So basically, you played as all these different aliens who are living on Earth, and then like some secret government agent finds you, and then you have to escape from this guy, and I always like get caught all the time.
Gotcha.
Let's see.
I was going to show you guys this. So this, I told you there was this accessory pack you could get with the Game Boy Color. I bought it. I still remember I bought it at Sam's Club. I mowed lawns for like 3 months, and I know that makes me sound like an old fuddy-duddy back in my day. But so when I would mow the lawn for my dad, he would give me. Nice.
Rainbow Six for the Dreamcast would be so cool. But anyway,
he would give me like $5 every time I mowed the lawn, and this is with a push lawnmower. And at one time, we didn't even have one that had a motor. We had like one of those old school ones that like you just push and spins.
I've always wanted to try one of those.
They suck. Okay, first of all, you know what? There's a reason we invented riding ones.
Wait, what was that?
Pushable lawnmower. So this accessory pack. So like right here, there's the battery pack, headphones. You had a link cable. A charger for that battery pack. You also had a magnifying glass / light that had its own power cord.
A magnifying glass / light.
Yeah, look at this. You had to have a freaking separate power source for your light for that freaking Game Boy Color. And it came in this cool carrying case. It was at Sam's Club.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like, dude, this is like back in '99, dude. Like, I was 8.
So, really quick. So, what I'm hearing is that they were not very good as far as light-wise. So, if you were in a car, you couldn't see jack crap unless you were passing a street light, like you said.
Right. So, like, for example, I bought a light that would plug into the side, and so it would plug into the side and had this like twirly wire, and it would hang over your console, so it would plug in where your link cable would go. And it would just shine down just like this little LED.
So like a reading light, basically?
Essentially for your Game Boy Color.
That's so cool.
Like, I mean, old school, like, let's see.
Like, I love the age where I live in when I grew up with games. Like, they were pretty good, they were average, they weren't the best, but they weren't the worst. But I went buck switch things out. Like, you guys had such a deeper connection when it comes to video games.
No, because we had to... my mom used to take them away, and I'd have to, like, find them somewhere.
And she's like, how'd you get that? You're like, I don't know. You gave it back to me.
Well,
You know what's a Sega Dreamcast game I never knew existed until I was watching some Game Grumps videos? Sonic Shuffle, which is basically if there was a Sonic the Hedgehog version of Mario Party.
right.
That sounds like fun. So
The
that
carbuncle
also
ate
sounds-
itself.
That's the light.
So literally a reading.
You just-
Like, that's actually really good.
Yeah. You could, like, angle it right.
Fate.
But, dude, it was like...
It was like the crap back then. You're like, I just got this.
Well, I was so excited. 'Cause what would happen was my folks would take Zeke to Scouts, and then I would just sit out and like wait for him to get done.
And you just sit in the dark.
So so like what I do is and so you know how dads would always say like, oh yeah, don't have the light on in the car,
Yeah.
like exactly, and even having the light on doesn't really cause problems. Right, like
Even when they're driving.
yeah, and they would say stuff like, "Oh, it's illegal. You can't have that on." Yeah, that's bullcrap. It's totally legal. And like, honestly, it doesn't bother me at all. I just don't want the cops to see that my kids are
straight down.
my kids are potentially out of their
forgot about
seatbelts.
Potentially.
Potentially, neither confirmed nor denied.
The summit! It is always the pure essence of challenge that burns in an adventurer's heart. Leaping from here will take all the bonus you possess. You better make sure it's a long jump.
All right.
Would you care to do the honor stone?
No. You go ahead.
All right.
Hiya! Nice. Good jump.
Oh.
That was really close there.
Where?
So you're missing 2.
Oh, I'm missing
crap.
2.
That sucks.
No. Where?
Right.
Yeah,
What?
I saw that to your right.
What?
Right there.
Right there.
And,
and one above it.
yeah, I didn't see.
Awesome.
I didn't see the second.
Oh.
I saw the first one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, those-
then cross your
those,
fingers that when I collect these last 2, the
It takes
gold
you for-
star is just down here and not at the top of the mountain.
That would really suck.
Oh.
It's like up on that point where you had to like long jump off of it.
Oh no! I'd say it was like just before that. I don't know. Cross your.
No, there's that. But yeah, I remember playing these games, and like I remember like my dad, first of all, like I said, hated like hearing my games in the car. Right, first of all, and I'll admit that's like something that I've inherited.
I was about to say, how do you feel about your son?
100% honesty, because I want to be back there playing. Like, let's just be honest there. It's because it's like, yo, I'm just jelly because I have to like drive and like be safe on the road. Like, I can't even get on my phone, but like he can play a whole freaking video game.
Speaking of being safe on the road, I remember my mom and I were not carpooling. We were just following you down to California and you start swerving.
Don't. Wait, what?
And my mom calls you, Ezra, are you getting tired? Are you okay? He's like, no, I'm watching a movie. While we're driving to California, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Wait, you were watching a movie while you were driving to California?
I do that all the time. Well, not when I'm commuting. So like when I'm commuting to work, I don't do that. But on long road trips, heck, okay, I got my GPS right here.
Funny.
I put it by the speedometer, and I have a movie.